A close friend recently made a comment that I never ask for help, and I realized that she was right. I feel I've always been a strong person. I've always been, depending on myself to deal with whatever problems I had in my life as long as I can recall. And yeah, I feel like recently is maybe something that I consider changing because I feel that I'd love to have people help me here and there. But I also honestly don't know how to do this. I feel this has been such a a strong belief or a strong practice of who I am as a person. I'm the independent person. We're sorting out our own problems. That shifting from just doing everything myself to ask people for help seems to be like some kind of like a mental blockage up there. Maybe you can relate to that. Maybe you're also the person who is like independent. Maybe you are the eldest daughter, as they call it. I'm the eldest daughter of an eldest daughter, so maybe there is something up there that makes us very independent and very self-reliant. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out loud how to ask more for help, but also why I'm not asking that. So today is a kind of video where I'm just like gonna talk things out. So sorry, there is a bit of childhood trauma being dumped in there, but I think it's just helpful for me to just like process it, and maybe you can tell me in the comments if you also feel the same way, and how you are relating to that, and what you're doing yourself in this process, because I need to hear from different people who've been able to change that behavior. And yeah, for me, I feel the reason why I don't ask for help quite often is because I don't know what I need. I feel this is something I realize, that I sometimes know that I'm in a tricky situation, or that I'm being exhausted, or that there is some challenges, but I don't always know exactly what type of help I would need. Like, it takes me some time to process the situation and to realize, oh, that's actually maybe what I would need in this situation. Maybe there's somebody I know who is better than me at that. Maybe I need some professional support. Maybe, yeah, just having a different vibe about what do I actually need. I feel my brain is really struggling to pinpoint directly that. And because I don't find it directly, because my brain doesn't know, then I cannot ask for it. And by the time I know what I need, then usually I've already figured it out. Because then my brain is like, oh, this is what we need. Oh, but you are somebody who is very good at figuring things out. So yeah, you can do it. You can learn this. You're competent. You are absolutely capable of fixing that. And then my brain automatically moves into action, rather than saying, oh, wait a minute. Could I ask somebody to help me with that? Is there a fastest way to do this thing, rather than you taking care of everything? Can I just delegate, or can I just ask advice before doing anything? I feel my brain is always in this mindset of, you are a smart person, you have always figured things out all your life, you've been like, creative and resourceful, and able to get things moving. So yeah, if you know what you need, then the action is so obvious that it keeps going. And I feel it's like it's kind of like a um yeah, a bit of like a trap for myself, because then I don't, obviously, if I don't know what I need, I don't ask. If I know what I need, I know what to do, then I don't ask. That doesn't really work this way. I also feel like I sometimes consider that my problems are relevant to people, and also because I can figure them out. So, it's not a problem anymore if you've already figured things out. But I feel that in general, I don't really like sharing problems with people. I feel it's a lot of venting. I feel it brings some negative energy to the people around me. And this is, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's kind of like me doing an emotional dumping. It doesn't feel good for me when I'm in a conversation with somebody I really care about. I really need to, like, yeah, I kind of filtering things out, because I don't want to bring that to them. And I had the recent case, for instance, where I had like some harassment issues that I finally shared with somebody, and I was like, I could have done this earlier. It was obvious that it was weighing on me, but it's this type of situation where I feel like I don't want to bring my negative energy, or my emotional world that is maybe not in a good place, directly to people. And I feel this is absolute nonsense, because I'm a coach myself. And that means that as I'm a coach, I know that there is a huge power in creating safe spaces where people can just be listened to, and you can say whatever you want, and you can just process with somebody else what is happening in your life. I know the power of it, and yet I feel that it's difficult for me to give the chance for other people to do that for me. So there is some kind of like yeah, different interpretation of what my brain is doing. And I feel there's kind of like double standard that I give to myself. Like, if I'm helping people, I will feel good about it. If I'm creating safe space for people to talk through whatever they're going through that is hard, I feel good about it. I never, in any shape or form, consider that the person in front of me who is sharing anything is inferior or is incapable or whatever. There is no association. If somebody tells me this is hard for me, I need help, I'm like, yeah, okay. Or, like directly, it's like, it's a moment of connection. It's like, oh yeah, of course you're a human being. You have like strong experiences, and sometimes you need somebody to process that. There is like such like for me, it's obvious when somebody asks me, but I feel that the opposite of me asking somebody else is not yet natural, or I don't know what is exactly going up there that is missing. But yeah, I feel like this is my whole process. Is like, I don't know what I need. By the time I know, I directly take action because I can figure it out, or I know and it's heavy, but I don't feel like I have the right to share it with people. And and I don't really think about what people are going to think about me. It's more like, just I don't feel the need to do that. So yeah, this is a bit of a strange situation that is kind of like a loop, and that's why I was asking if you can relate to this and you find a way to break that loop and think about this situation differently. I would really love to hear from you, because I feel I'm stuck up there with this mindset. But anyway, right now I've decided to try to do a few things that could help my brain be trained differently. So practicing asking for help is one thing I want to do moving forward. At least once a week, ask, either for little things like, I can ask somebody in the coffee shop to do something for me, or I'm currently looking for work, so I can just send an email reaching out to somebody and say, hey, I'm looking for that, can you help? So I need to put this in practice, and I need to have a kind of a habit around helping, asking for help. That I need to keep myself accountable to, so that I can maybe create a different vibe there. I think I also need to think a little bit more about what is costing me, like in terms of energy. If something feels difficult, I should always like pause and say, hey, can somebody else do this for me? Can somebody else help in this matter? Like, is there somebody I know that has this skill, or is there an easy way I can delegate that task, or anything that is on the difficult side? I think I always kind of like think, oh, I need to fix it on my own, but maybe like it's like just thinking about the people a little bit more frequently, and have this question to interrupt when I see that I'm going after something without figuring it out directly, and it's taking some energy. And I feel also I need to practice sharing problems. So obviously I'm doing this right now on the platform with strangers watching a video, but I feel this is important for me to just like allow myself to be listened to as well, and allow like whatever hard emotions I'm going through to be processed through somebody else without feeling guilty. I think it also comes from the people, obviously. Like, I have people in my life who I know can listen, and they can listen without absorbing everything that I say. Like, they won't be just like drawing completely. There are people who are very grounded, and they're very like they've done the work on themselves, so that they can hold the space for me in a way that feels comfortable. And yeah, just getting uncomfortable with that, and trying to do this and see, okay, if I share this like a bit harder emotion, just that one example with someone, does it actually help? And just keeping this practice. So these are my current tactics that I'm considering, which is to practice asking for help at least once a week, practice this vulnerability, and making sure that I interrupt myself when I see I'm figuring things out just on my own, interrupt the pattern and say, hey, where can somebody help there? And yeah, I would love to hear yours as well, because you might have figured this out. You might have also been somebody who is like this, very independent, very relying on yourself, and always thinking that you have to solve your own problems all the time and fix everything. If you've been there and you've evolved from that in a way that is powerful for you, and empowering, I would really love to hear it. So drop it in the comments. And if you don't know me, my name is Chloe, and I'm currently doing a 80-day video challenge where I'm reviewing my entire life since the last 2 decades until I turned 40 in now 10 days. 10 days, yes. And yeah, I'm currently reviewing everything that is serving me, that is not serving me, everything that I would like to change, and bring forward with me. So yeah, asking for help is still a question mark on how I can make it work, but I feel it can also really help me with more connection, and just getting things done with less hustle, and with less constant feeling that I'm fighting on my own all the time. So yeah, if you want to follow that journey, you can subscribe to the channel down below, and I will see you tomorrow for another video.